Hey guys, this is Jonathan Henderson with Pressure Washing Marketing Pros, and I have the honor of being with Ortiz of Ortiz Pro Wash. How you doing, man?
Good, Jonathan. Good, man. Pleasure talking to you, man. It's always a pleasure, man.
Hey man, it's always a pleasure talking to you too, man. You're one of our favorite clients. So in
Thank
today's
you.
oh, yeah, no problem.
Thank you, man.
So in today's video, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Osais's basically his experience working with us at Pressure Washing Marketing Pros, how he got started, pressure washing, kind of his, what he does for his marketing, and just kind of his backstory and all of that and his experience working with us. So without further ado, I'll say is we're going to get straight into this, man. So when and why did you start your pressure washing business? So I should say, first off, when did you start your pressure washing business?
2014.
2014.
I started in 2014. Yeah, the reason why I started is, I was working for somebody else. You know, I was doing everything. You know, uh, and I was basically running the business. It
Business
got to
was
the point where their business, their pressure washing business, basically.
pressure washing business.
Basically, so I was like a manager there, and I knew how to do everything. So I just decided to, hey, man, I'm doing this already for somebody else. Why not do it for myself? And it was a nice experience, to transition from theirs to mine because it was super easy, man, and super easy because I knew the job, the work, and everything, man. So that's how I started, man.
All good, man. So you used to work for a pressure washing company back in 2014, but that's when you decided to go full time, I should say, was back in 2014. So what was the hardest thing? What was the hardest challenge that you had when you first started your pressure washing business?
The hardest challenge that I really had, man, to be honest with you, was customer acquisition.
Hmm.
Since I was a fairly new business, I was not established. I didn't have connections or anything. It, and just getting my foot in the door was really hard, man. Getting the people to know me, trust me with their property and everything. That was the hardest thing for me.
All right, then what did you first do when it came to your marketing when you first started? So like what were you doing? Door hangers, flyers, door to door. What were you doing? Like what form of marketing were you utilizing when you first started?
When I first started, man, the first thing that I kind of like did was like I did a website for my by myself and another guy. We kind of did it on our own. We didn't know anything about marketing like SEO and all that good stuff. We didn't know anything, so we were trying to door knocking. Uh, Throwing flyers. We would get calls, but we would get calls from people. Hey, you're littering, man. You're not supposed to do that, man. So it wasn't calls to work, but it was calls from people to let us know that we were doing something wrong. And basically, door knocking, door hangers, flip flyers, things like that. That we started off doing, but nothing to do with like what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
definitely. So you're doing all of that. So from when did you start investing in digital marketing? Like when you invest into a marketing agency. So you started your business in 2014. What year did you decide to invest into a digital marketing agency?
I want to say probably like 2016, 2016 when I started doing the digital marketing as far as like Google Ads and all the good stuff. Yep, yep.
So, so I'm pretty sure you got some bad stories in that sense, man. I know a lot of people do that. They're in your boat. What would you say that you would look for knowing now, where you're at in your business now, which we will discuss in a minute. What would you tell newer guys or, based off of your experience, because you probably had some bad experience with some digital marketing agencies, right?
Yeah, man, I got two bad experiences, man. I think you already know. We don't have to go into details, man. But yeah, what I would recommend, you know, to the people that are looking or to do some marketing is to do their homework. You know, research. Get some what is it? Call people that are
Company.
working for the pressure washing company or the marketing company. Call them, see, get some feedback in regards to that, because you're gonna be putting a lot of money in it, man, and you don't want everything to go to waste, so do your homework, do it right, and just cross your fingers, man.
Cross your fingers. So, we started working back in I want to say it was 2021, right? It was fall time of 2021, I want to say.
Yeah, that's when I reached out to you, man. I was like, man, I've seen your videos, bro. I mean, I need your help. How can you help me? Can you work with me? And one of the good things that I liked about you, man, it's like, you were honest. You're like, hey, this is what we can do. This is what we can't do. And you were straightforward with me, and uh, obviously, like I said before, I did my homework before, you know, choosing you.
Videos like this, right? So videos like this to get the word out there that
Yeah, yeah. Videos like this, man, it's working, man. So that's how I saw you. That's how I met you, man. And here we are. 2 years later, man.
2 years later. Because a little bit of the backstory that we have, man, in that since we first started working 2021, and the honesty piece is, I remember, man, I had looked at your website presence, prior, like 2019, 2020. So I was like, man, this guy's kind of already on the first page. This guy's kind of already, he probably doesn't even need my help really, man, because I saw you running ads. I saw you doing all of this. Knowing that you were in the predicament that you were in, I wish I would have just reached out to you earlier. You know what I mean? But
hey, man, I would have wished the same thing too, man.
So I remember, man, you had like 2 different kind of websites, and I know I was just straight up honest with you. And I really appreciate clients like yourself, to where we built your website off what your previous agency said, like, look, let's create you an exact match domain, right? To where let's go ahead and make your domain the main keyword. But what we didn't, what that agency probably didn't realize was that, like I said, that domain had no authority. You know what I mean? It was fresh. It was new. And the domain you already had, right? It already had that experience. Like, you started your business in 2014. So that domain had about a good 6 or 7 years of history to it, right? And so, like I said, I know if at first you were like, look, man, let's just use the domain that this company had already used. And I said, we'll do that. And like I said, we really appreciate clients like you, because when we told you, like, look, man, we need to change the domain that we're doing. We're going to have to just totally switch game. And we're probably going to lose rankings, you know what I mean, in the short term, right? In order to get long term.
There is a sacrifice to everything, man. So we had to do it.
Yeah. So go on.
Yeah, no. Like I said, we had to sacrifice something, and it was for the good, man. And it worked.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
I'm glad, and we were honest with you. I was like, look, man, this is what we're gonna have to do. And like I said, we appreciate people like you that really let us lead and know that we're honest and know that we only want the best for you guys. So what have the results been since you've started working with us then? Because I know we do your Google Ads, I know we do your SEO, and I know we do some like direct mail kind of stuff for you. What has your business been like now that you've partnered with us and, for the last 1.5 years?
Well, it's very different, man. The budget, I mean, has decreased a little bit. The ad spend budget has decreased a little bit. In regards to like the other company, we're spending way too much. And I mean, I think I've reached out to you a couple of times. Hey, man, turn the leads off, man.
I understand.
But it's all going up, man. It's a good experience. I like it, and it's to the point where I wanted to be a couple years ago. And it's been a heck of a ride, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're averaging like what? Like, if we just, let me share my screen a little bit, because we were going over some of your numbers, man. We're not going to go into the intricate parts of it, as we know this is your website. But I know, man, we were hitting off of like just this past week from April 18th to May 17th, man. 138, which we know that those aren't all, you know what I mean? We know that those aren't all credible leads sometimes. And what I mean by that is, like, you don't close all of them, but I know that between Google Ads, we were going over your numbers with that. Like I said, when we just came to unique leads, 48, and then what? The rest of the 90, are coming from. And like I said, we always talk about your rankings. I know you're not number 1 yet. You oscillate between that, man, but I know you always, give a
We're
shit.
one step away, man.
Yeah, friendly competition, but like roof cleaning in your area, you know, driveway cleaning in your area, fleet washing in your area, man, gas station. We always talk about that, man. Like I said, and just kind of some of the results that, you know, we can have for you, and just ranking and having, you know, being prominent like that. So would you recommend, I know this is like an easy question, but would you recommend other businesses looking for these kind of services? You know, would you recommend them to us at Pressure Washing Marketing Pros?
Man, 100%, man. I ain't gonna bullshit you guys. I ain't gonna bullshit the public that is, you know, watching is gonna watch the video. If you guys are looking for a pressure washing marketing professional, Jonathan Henderson is top notch. Pretty good guy. You know, communication is key with me. Every time we got to do something, you know, I reach out to him. He's on point. You know, I wouldn't hesitate to work with him. You know, as long as you're not working in Delaware.
Hey, man, we're all good, man. We're all good. So my last question, man, that I always ask everybody in that sense a lot of the time is, if there's one thing you could do all over again in your business, what would you do?
I mean, I would start off with you, man. The marketing campaign and everything with you, instead of, like, you know, spending the years that I've wasted with other marketing companies. You know, that's one thing I wouldn't change. You know, I would just if I would have known you before, man, I would boom right there.
All right, then I'll say this, aside from just me, because man, in 2016, what was I doing in 2016, man? 2016, I think I was I don't think I was doing the marketing, because I think I started marketing in 2000, into 2017 is when we started like really, you know, like I said, starting to learn. And 2019 was when we really went full on with exterior cleaning businesses. But besides hiring us, right, what was one thing that you would also change in your pressure washing business? I know that could be a tough question.
Yeah, I mean, it is a tough question for me, man. But yeah, I would definitely change the way we approach our business. You know, the way we did things back in the days, with just, you know, not marketing the way we did. Just, you know, start off, you know, marketing. Basically, that's something I would change um, from, you know, my business.
I see, man. Well, like I said, man, we were able to go over some of your results. Like I said, we're gonna keep churning, we're gonna keep burning, man. We're gonna keep burning in a good way, but we're gonna keep, you know, accelerating the kind of results that you get, man. Because like I said, nowadays, dude, even in your slow season, I think we still average at least like 40, 45 leads a month, you know. So
Yeah. We were really busy during the winter here in Delaware. I mean, I know we had some cold days, but we're still working. We were still working, and it was a good year for us, man.
yeah, man. Yeah. So, like I said, man, I really appreciate you taking your time to go ahead and talk about your experience with us, you know, how you started your business, why you started it, and some of your mistakes and some of the, you know, some of the successes you've had. But is there anything else that you have? If not, man, like I said, I really appreciate your time.
I mean, you got everything covered, man.
Well, like I said, guys, this is Jonathan, and you know, with Pressure Washing Marketing Pros, and this is Ortiz of Ortiz Pro Wash. Like I said, guys, if you guys have any questions, comments, you know, go ahead and leave them below for the video. But other than that, though, we will see you guys in the next video.
Yep, don't hesitate to call my boy John Henderson, man. He's the man.
Hey,
All
man.
right, man.
Talk to you
Peace.
later, guys.
Take
Yep.
care, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.